Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a top 10 video. Today I figured that we would sit down and actually talk about top 10 uses that I have for the brand new Lego Thanos Big Figure that was introduced in the latest Marvel Summer Wave in the Endgame Final Battle set. And there's a lot of unique pieces introduced in that set that have so many applications that I thought that I would do this video, and I've drawn a ton of figures here for this video, which is why this has taken so long, as well as we have our first ever sponsorship, and I think that the idea behind this video ties in really well into that, which you will hear about very soon. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. Now, when I was actually working on this, of course at the time, I had no idea that in the Shang-Chi trailer, this guy would show up, Abomination. Really excited that he's going to be in that movie. Of course, we don't have the little fins on the side of the head, but the Abomination here is one of the perfect examples of what you could do with the Thanos pieces. Of course, now with the bald piece, it has so many applications that you'll see throughout this video, but with the Abomination, yeah, maybe you could have some different things on the back. There are actually spots on the back to attach things, and you could see that here with this next figure, and this is actually Venom. And Venom has been one that we've been wanting to get for so long. We are tired of getting minifigures of Venom over and over and over again. This is the perfect time now with these new pieces. Just recolor them all in black. Don't need any new pieces or anything like that for him. And then you've got the head there, same printing, all of it. Just expand it, make it look like the big figure like I did. On the back, you could have some tentacles there for the symbiote or symbiote, however you prefer to say that. And then moving on now to this next one, which is another one that I think a lot of people have been waiting for so long to get. This is Kingpin, and we actually got Kingpin teased in the Daily Bugle set. And on that newspaper, if you notice there at the top, his head is actually covered. And the big deal here is that unlike the video games that Kingpin have appeared in, you could see that there's now, of course, with this headpiece, there's a stud on top, which in the newspaper it's being covered up. Not saying that I know or anything like that. I just think that's a very odd thing that the top of the head is being covered up, where the new Thanos head could very well be used in the future. But of course, if you didn't know, big figure hands can actually hold things, and here he's actually holding his cane. And moving on now to this next one, which is actually a minifigure with the Thanos head. That's right, the Thanos head can actually fit onto a regular minifigure torso. So here with the Watcher from the upcoming Marvel Disney Plus show, What If?, we actually have him. And if you didn't know, he's actually appearing in a set, and that's where this figure is actually from. This is from the upcoming set, the Tony Stark Sicarian Iron Man set, and this is a What If set, and in that he comes with just a regular minifigure head. And I think that a lot of people, including myself, were disappointed that they didn't use this Thanos head here, and I've just enlarged it. I've literally taken the printing, removed the little bottom part there for the neck, and just put it onto a big minifigure head, and I think that it works really, really well for him. And this actually brings us perfectly to today's sponsor, NordVPN. Now, I've gotten a ton of offers in the past, but none of them I think work and just fit so well as NordVPN. When it comes to the channel, you know that we talk a lot, and I mean a lot, about superheroes, specifically with Marvel. Like I said before, we have that one What If set, as well as we actually have another one coming out in August, as well as we have the minifigure series releasing in September that will actually consist of 12 characters from the 4 Marvel Disney Plus shows. Well, some of you are probably wondering, how can I watch them if you don't live in the 5% of the countries that actually have access to Disney Plus? That's right, only 5%. With NordVPN, you can actually access Disney Plus, as well as a plethora of other services not available in your country. And if you're American and you're wanting to go through the entirety of the Infinity Saga, you can't because Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home aren't there. Well, don't worry, because with 2 easy clicks, you can actually switch over to Netflix Canada, which has a ton of other Marvel content, including the other Spider-Man movies, as well as the new MODOK show that's actually available in Disney Plus here in Canada. Not only will it help you change your IP to make it seem like you're in a different country to access all these different streaming services, but with some of its security features, it'll also help protect your devices, and you can actually have it installed up to 6 devices at one time. So today you could sign up using the link down below at the top line of the description, NordVPN/Ashnflash, as well as you could use code Ashnflash to get a huge discount on checkout. So try it out today. But anyways, back to the video. So here we've also got, speaking of MODOK, Dr. Tarleton, and this is actually his design from the Avengers game, and I actually just took my figure from that CMF series but just expanded it just like I did for the Watcher. And you'll notice here that you're going to see a trend as we go through, that here with MODOK he's actually got this giant head attached to the Thanos headpiece, which of course there's a stud, so why couldn't they do that? Even Hulk wouldn't need a new piece or anything like that. He could just come with a hairpiece that attaches to this new rotatable head. And then moving on now to this next one, another thing that can attach to the top of Thanos' head is a Juggernaut helmet. I would love to get a X-Men set. It is 10 years of Marvel next year, and we did get some mutant sets back in the day, and I'd love to get another one here. And I think that the Juggernaut would be great to get as a big figure, as well as I just gave him some new hands there with some bands on it to make it a little bit more accurate. But another example of something to attach to the top of the head here is actually the Rhino. And we've all wanted that classic comic book outfit for the Rhino, and I think that it would work perfectly here using a piece very similar to how Black Panther's ears work, but instead you could have them being the Rhino's horns there on that figure. Very simple to do. And then next up here we've also got, and this doesn't actually count since it's technically Thanos using Thanos, and this is just a Thanos comic book outfit. I'd really love to get an updated version of that original comic book version of Thanos that we got, but it was based off the Avengers Assemble TV show. But it would be really cool to get him using this like new neck attachment there that could actually sit underneath the head and would like mold perfectly onto the existing body piece there, so that you can have the head attach on top. And of course you could also give him the helmet, which I think is something that the Avengers Endgame Thanos that we have from the Infinity Saga sets are actually missing. And don't worry, DC fans, I've also got you covered. Using that same neck attachment, it would require Lego not doing Batman only, but we've got Atrocitus, and using that same neck attachment there, I think that would work really well for Atrocitus there. And of course, I think that with the figure, he'd probably need some way to hold a ring, which what better way to do that than actually having a new ring molded into a big figure hand. And then next up here, we actually have the first big figure that I ever drew. This is actually Bane. And again, using the new Thanos head there, as well as because there's studs on the back of Thanos, you can actually attach this little back pieces there to have the Venom tubes actually going into the Bane arms from the Lego Batman movie. And I think that this is just one figure that we've been waiting to get for so long. I think it would be absolutely perfect. And then lastly here in the list, it's actually my favorite big figure that I drew for this video, and it's King Shark. And I know that unfortunately we kind of already have a good idea of what's happening with the sets for the rest of the year with superheroes. I just wish that one of them could have been an indirect tie-in to the upcoming Suicide Squad movie, where we could have gotten this sort of comic book version of King Shark. He could use this new head that would attach and sit inside where Thanos' head does, as well as it could rotate, and it would have the regular Lego shark head there to open and close the jaw, as well as using the 4 studs on the back of Thanos, you could attach a fin piece there to complete King Shark. Well, there you have it, everyone, though. That is my list of uses for the brand new Thanos big figure. And I think that next year, with it being 10 years of superheroes and superheroes actually introducing the first ever big figure, it would be fantastic to get some really cool big figures next year. A couple of them hopefully from the different ideas here that I've shared with you guys today, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. What is your favorite idea here that I've listed? What ideas do you have for uses for this new Thanos? I'd love to hear them down below in the description, as well as thank you to today's sponsor, NordVPN. Check them out, link down below. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.